Hello guys, Bethany Drew here in Valparaiso, Indiana with Stampin' Up, and I'm sorry I'm a couple of minutes late, but hopefully those of you who know I usually come around 2:30 are going to join in. If you do come in to say hello, say hi to me. I always appreciate it. Feel free to make comments. If you're watching the replay too, please drop a comment, say hi, and just say that you checked in. I love to see that people at least watch this later. Since this is kind of like my job, I really appreciate to know that, you know, more than just 5 people watch my videos. So someday this will grow a little bit more, but I'm so thankful that you guys, most of you who come and watch me, understand I am a mother of 4 boys. My oldest is a senior and he's going to graduate this year, and he's enlisted in the Army. We've had a lot going on this year. So I have a senior in high school and a 7th grader who's been practicing for, hey Yvonne, yes, I hope I can give you some great ideas. But Gabe, my 7th grader, has been practicing really hard for months, but I will be honest, harder just in the last couple of weeks for his solo and ensemble stuff. So he plays cello. So on Saturday I will drive down to Kankakee Valley and listen to his solo and ensemble. And then my 5th grader, you know, this fall we were busy with football. There's just always something. And then my youngest is in kindergarten. But, you know, this is the first year that the kids are actually all in school. But so of course I said yes to a couple more things, which I probably should have just said no. I need to practice. Do any of you need to practice saying no? I think that's a gift, to be able to say no. We do need limitations. We can't do it all. We can't do everything. Sometimes we try, right? But this is kind of my favorite job in a sense. I love this. I love this hobby. I love it. I don't get enough time in it as I would love. But I love that even just this day on Wednesdays, it forces me to get into and play with all the stuff that I've bought. And that's why I do these videos too. I want to encourage you. I hate the thought of some people just buying stuff and not ever using it. So find ways to make sure you get into your craft stuff. And I hope that I'm an inspiration for you to get your stuff out and play, no matter what it is. So without any further talking, and I'm so thankful at least a couple of you are on, let's look at a couple fun things. Some of them are the masks. So they're like stencils, and I'm having a lot of fun playing with them. In fact, I could just play all the rest of the day. I wish I could. So let me turn around. Oh, and I wanted to say I got these new glasses from Pear Eyewear or something, which is kind of cool. First time I heard of it, I think I saw an advertisement on Facebook actually. But I got a couple extra pieces that right here are magnets. And so I've got some sunglasses that I can just pop on there, magnetic. And then I got another pair, and it's just the outside piece that pops right on. It's kind of fun. So we'll see how I like those. Hey, Teresa. Yay. Okay. You guys are just joining for me to turn it around and have some fun. So perfect timing. All right. And I can't believe how fast time is going. Can you guys believe we are already through the first week of February? I just can't believe it. And I'm sorry, January and February people. I'm sure everybody got belated birthday cards from me. And February birthdays, it's looking the same. Sometimes I even have them ready, but they just don't get into the mailbox on time. Any of you have that problem? That would be me. All right, so today we are going to look over possibly an overlooked gem and treasure that you're going to want in the January through June catalog. So again, this is the cover. This is our mini catalog. On page 65, they're called Butterflies and Flowers Layering Decorative Masks. So you can just use one, or I'll show you the beauty of being able to use these in multiple ways. And you can layer and have fun making flowers, butterflies, and then just use them as backgrounds. And seriously, you can spritz on them. You can use the embossing paste. You can use your blending brushes. That's mostly what I'll be doing. It's just quicker and it's not quite as messy as the embossing paste. I was gonna try to pull that out and I just didn't have time, guys. But you get all 6 of these designs, these masks, for only $10. That's just awesome. And I hope you'll see just how fun these are. These last forever. I have, in fact, I'll show you. I have a shelf where I've got a bunch of masks. I have a bunch of masks. A lot of these are retired or from different projects, but I'm never going to get rid of my masks. Okay, you can't see them when I do that. Because polka dots are classic. I love masks. I think these came in a kit. The sunburst, how fun is that? These came in a paper pumpkin, these smaller ones. Clouds, mountains, another sun. So if you have paper pumpkin, you got some of these. So you have some masks if you have paper pumpkin. We just have so many different designs, and a lot of these are still current in the annual catalog. But like I said, I've kind of hung on to, here, I'll just put that white behind it. I've kind of hung on to these because they're so cool. Some of these are now retired, but clouds, I don't want to get rid of clouds, trees. I won't show you the whole package, but even down to like brick. I think I have a brick one, right? Yes, there's a brick pattern. I love that. So just a fun way to add patterns behind your cards. So these masks are called Butterflies and Flowers Layering Decorative Masks. Hey, Amy. Yay. The number for this one is 158142. I'm kind of sad with our club. We're starting over and a few people were taking breaks. And so if you're in the area and you'd like to start a club with me, we have lots of fun. I make a project for you to do, and I tell you to bring your kit or something to create. And I always try to pass on free gifts to everybody. I love pampering my club people. So I'm hoping to start another rotation soon. We just need to get more people, because I had a few of my friends who took breaks, which is understandable. Some people come in and out. Sometimes you need a break. That's okay. I just miss them when they leave. So I am going to do a card class, guys. I will try to ASAP, as soon as possible, get pictures of the cards I want to do. It's been hard to even decide what to do because there's so many good choices. But let me show you up close and personal these masks designs. So there's one that looks kind of viney. There's this one that is fun, that looks flowery, ornate flowers. There's these, you've got your butterflies, and then there's, let me move that out of the way. There's another flowery one that I'll show you soon. And then there's a bunch of different leaf options and flower options, which can be really fun and cool. And you'll see, I'm just going to show you a tiny glimpse of the fun you can have with these guys, because there's so much you can do. So first things first, what do I want to show first? Let's do a really simple. This is just basic white, thick white. You guys know I often start my cards with the thick white cardstock. So I'm just going to do one layer. What do you think I'm going to pull out when I'm not going to add any layers of cardstock? Yes, you guessed it. My triple corner punch. Because I can, and it's just fun. I love how it changes the shape when we're keeping it simple. Okay, so I'm going to take my, what color should I use? Let's do okay, I'm actually going to cheat and use one of my other masks that isn't one of the flowery ones, just because I'm going to use an orange color and I want to kind of make it a little bit more masculine. All right. So sometimes I've shown you it's fun to just take your blending brush and just brush on a little background. I feel like I just did that recently. Did I do it with any of the cards I showed you last week? Ah, yes. Here, I'll show you what I mean. Just last week when I showed you the ink technique, if you can see this faint, the blue behind the hearts, I just sponged the blue a little bit. So sometimes it's fun to add a little dimension. But when you've got your stencils, so because I want to make this kind of orange and we'll make this for a boy, I'm going to use just plain polka dots. Okay, so I will also show you, this is another fun way. If you are scared of your mask moving on you, this is another great way to use your Stamparatus, because it has that great magnet, and because I'm just going to put the magnet up in the corner. I'm not going to cover the whole card. I just want to do kind of a circular in the center. So I'm getting some orange. This is pumpkin pie on my brush. Sometimes you want to pat just the beginning. And I'm going to cover this with one of the vehicles. So I'm just making, in circular motions, kind of a bigger circle shape. And I start in the center always and then kind of go out. So it's going to be darker in the center. How fun is that? So this is a fun way to add a pattern that's not, I didn't cover the whole thing, and that got a little bit darker, got some like spots of orange there. But that's okay because we'll cover it up with something. And what something? This is what I wanted to show you guys, was one of the stamp sets. Hey Laura, so glad people are joining me. This is called Driving By. So this is one of the celebration stamp sets that you can earn for free right now with a $50 order. And it's one that I didn't get right away, but I've seen more and more really cute projects with all of these cute little cars. And cars can go girl or guy. And the Driving By to Say Hi is cute. You've got Style, All Thanks, are all cute little sayings. So again, this is not one you can order, but it's one you can earn for free. It's a celebration item. So now that I've just got an orange background, let's see. And this is another tip. When you've got a stamp set that you can color, so just a line art that you would be coloring in, I tend to take almost a whole white sheet and I just stamp a bunch of them so I can have them on hand to just cut out and color when I want them. And because I want to cover over some of that stencil, we will use, and what I'm going to do for this actually, see one of them, the balloons came off. So we'll make this a boy birthday, but I'm going to stamp in black first with this race car. Let's see, do I want to go this way? I think I'll stick with this way. Okay, so I inked it up with my Memento black, and I'm going to stamp it right there. And now I'm going to cut out the car and the one that the balloons went off the side, because I'll just use the car. So again, you guys have seen me fussy cut. I try to just leave a little of a white border around it so people's eyes are drawn to the line art of the stamp rather than my imperfect cutting. And I'm doing this really fast. Sometimes I might take a little bit more care to. A lot of times I will cut out like this too. Oh, I wasn't going to cut those balloons. I'm telling you guys, time keeps flying way too fast. I gotta make Sam's Valentines for his class. I want to make little Valentines for, I help at church with our Faithful Fitness, so we do a little aerobics. It's mostly walking right now, but we're trying to phase back into it. I wanted to make some little cards for them. I just met with one of my downline. Kristen is awesome. I'm trying to see if I can maybe add trying to blend in because I got that little blotchy and I forgot to cover the blotch. So I'm using the orange after it did not re-ink, so it's just lightly giving a little bit of orange background there. And hopefully that'll help deter the eye from wandering to the blob there. But you know what we can do? Where's my You've Got Style stamp? There it is. Maybe we just simply stamp the You've Got Style, and then we could stamp a happy birthday on the inside. So I will try to stamp that kind of right over the blob. Oh, and then I made more blob. I got black on my fingers. How did I do that? Darn it. See, if this was a girl card, I would... Wow, I got it all over the place. See, even I make fun smudge. They're not fun. They aren't. Seriously, it's everywhere. Okay, You've Got Style. Well, when it goes that bad, I will tell you a little trick. If I always end up getting some ink on one corner, you might look nervous, like, ah, but I sometimes will take a scissors and actually trim off some of that extra rubber so I don't get that the next time. Now, I try not to do that very often because, yeah, it kind of makes your rubber look a little ugly, but it doesn't weaken the use of it or anything. It just helps because then now and you never want to rock, you want to press straight down. But now I'm not going to get that little edge on there. So voila. Okay, so now I can pop this guy up, and a lot of my boys are Bears colors, so are Bears fans. So I'm thinking right away, Bears colors, orange in the background, and make a blue car. I'm trying to think too of what's a way I could cover up my silly little smudge. See, now boys don't care as much. If you put money in there, they won't care what kind of smudges you got in there, right? Let's see, there was a happy, I have a happy birthday from here. Let's see, let's use Misty Moonlight. I think I have a Misty Moonlight blends marker. We'll stamp happy birthday on the inside. Man, it's just warm enough that today, all of a sudden, there's a freaky loud noise, and the snow off of the top of the roof over our front porch is like sliding off. It's kind of scary. In fact, my 7th grader, he's the first one to leave the house, and he goes out the front. He totally slipped on the front step. It was a complete sheet of ice. It must have just been dripping on there. I felt so bad for him, but he's okay. I checked on him and texted him. He said he felt okay, which is good. All right, what am I looking for? Misty Moonlight, or possibly I totally don't get my You guys would laugh if you saw the floor, my floor. My blends markers, I have storage for them, but they are all over the place. Let's see, what are these? That's Night of Navy. These are like my old ones. All right, let me see how dark this is. That's pretty dark. All right, I'm gonna use this dark Night of Navy just in a few places, and then you'll see how I'll lighten it. Because that almost looks black, doesn't it? That is a dark Night of Navy right there. Now, for me to find a lighter blue. Okay, now this is Misty Moonlight. So we're gonna blend in Misty Moonlight. Ooh, that one's juicy. So I'm coloring in with the Misty Moonlight blends. I'm blending in over that darker. Because that dark Night of Navy was very dark. And I'm making a blue car. Okay, I got in with my, into the tire with my Night of Navy one. So I'm gonna take my black now. This is light black. You don't wanna go too crazy. I'm using the big tip, but I probably for these tires could be using the thinner tip. But that's okay. Hey, Teresa. Do you still have trouble finding me? That's so weird. It should pop up right on your screen if you're part of my Daily Drew Stampers group. I'm gonna put a little light pool party in the window there. And then we'll color in the balloons. They even will bleed into the polka dots. But that's kind of fun. You've got style. Okay, now if you were really bugged by that black mark there on You've Got Style, you could, there's always a way to fix things, right, guys? Always. So I would just take a scrap, use my same You've Got Style, the other blobs, I don't know. What? Now it got the side? Shoot. Shoot, man. All right, so light tapping. You know, that's a trick for you too, is when you have a skinny, like, word sentiment, sometimes you do want to test it first and check to see if you have ink on your... Okay, no rocking, stamping directly down. There we go. Finally got it. We'll cut that at a little slant. And then I'll just make this go over I'll cut that aslant too, so it kind of is a, you've got style, kid. All right, so a couple little mini dimensionals on that. That will cover up the black. Well, Teresa, usually I try to let you guys know if it's not happening. Otherwise, it's people like you that keep me accountable, because I know a few of you are going to be watching and check in at 2:30. All right, you've got style. So that's the way to fix it. And that actually kind of looks nice because it's popped up over what we sponged, right? So pretty simple card. Happy birthday. Yeah, and anything that you use the blends markers with will bleed through. So if you don't like that, you could add just one simple layer of white and do all of that on that white layer if you don't like seeing anything bleeding through. But so that's pretty easy, basic. Just using that sponging behind, but again, using a stencil behind it. All right, I didn't finish this one yet because I don't have a sentiment on it yet. But let me show you the gorgeous flowers in these. They are just really, really pretty. This one, I'm using the marble, that Marvelous. So this is paper you can earn for free in the celebration. But you could use any designer paper, but this has Blushing Bride in it. So I used Blushing Bride, and then I add a little darker color, if you can see some of the shading, with Calypso Coral. And then I added the leaves on later. So let me show you, and we'll use different colors for fun. All right, so I've got Old Olive for my green, and I've got two different colors. This time we're gonna use, this as a background. So this is the Gorgeous Grape marble, the Marvelous, same kind of designer paper in the back. And I'm gonna use the same piece, the scalloped rectangle from the Contour dies, and bring back my Stamparatus. So again, this is a great way to use your Stamparatus, is using this magnet to keep that down so they don't move. So let me find the flowers. All right, so the one that you want to do in the lightest color is this one that has the thin lines. Okay, so the thin lines is what you want to use with your lighter color. Typically, you don't have to listen to anything I'm saying, but that's typically what I would do. I'm gonna put, just like I did with that one, I'm gonna put this flower just off to the side. I think that looks pretty. And I'm putting my my magnet down right there. So we're gonna start with, like I told you, the lighter purple, because I'll use Gorgeous Grape to accent. And watch how fun this is. So I'm using the lighter purple with my purple blending brush. Let me get some of that purple on my blending brush. Because the magnet is up there, I'm just gonna hold this down here. And again, I will start in the centers of the flowers if I can. And just make sure I've got them pretty well. Even though some of it looks pretty light, you'd be surprised at how it comes out. All right. So we'll lift that up. And look how pretty that is in the fresh freesia. Isn't that so pretty? Oh my goodness. These are so much fun, guys. All right, so I'm gonna slide this over, and it will match up perfectly with the flowers that I just sponged. And you can almost see where those lines, the lines from here line up almost perfectly. And there's a center hole in the flower there that I want to line up. And I want to make sure, and it doesn't have to be perfect, guys. If it gets a little off, it's really okay. There, down just a little bit. Hang on. Okay, now I'm gonna do Gorgeous Grape. And because I do all shades, that's another thing that's helpful to do the dark last. All right, so now I'm taking the dark and I'm gonna dot off just a little bit of the dark before I go to town sponging it. Okay. Now you see a little bit of my scalloped edge is showing, so you might even use your magnet to just make sure you don't get some of your white, if that makes sense. All right, I'm not pressing very hard because I don't want it to be too harsh of a difference. Okay. Look how pretty that is. Isn't that gorgeous? Oh my goodness, so fun. And see, that one's a little off, but it's really okay. No one's gonna pay attention to that one. That looks so pretty, right? Now you could add some more flowers to the side if you wanted, because there's extra flowers here. So if you wanted to do something more, this is an extra flower that you could add. But I want to add some leaves in there, so I'm not gonna, even though that does look like a pretty flower. Okay, so that's the flowers. Then to add the leaves, where'd the leaves go? Here they go. I'll take some green. So let me close up my dark purple. And we'll take out our old olive. And again, you can use the same color to do some darker and lighter shading, depending on how hard you press, how much ink you've just gotten on there. Now these are a little bit, oh, that one still wasn't popped out there. These leaves, slightly tricky because they don't just, if you were expecting them to all line up perfectly, that's not going to happen. But they've got enough of a little curve on them that you can find where they fit. I think I did just one of these on the top. So you kind of match the curve with the flower. And you can see through these enough, and that's why that's good. And again, if it doesn't happen perfectly, it's okay. It still will look pretty. Okay, so I'm going to line this one up just outside of the lightest part of my flower. Okay, so I'm getting my green one out now. And I'm going to just, I'm making sure that I don't get anything else. All right, so that's right there. And this one can fit around the curve here of this flower at the bottom. So these are going to be kind of my darker ones. So I re-inked that again. Isn't that pretty? Sponging in. And you could just use sponge daubers too, but these blending brushes really make it nice and easy. Okay, so I got a couple of those. Then I came in and I wanted to add a few of the different leaves. Now I'm not going to re-ink this time. There still is ink on here, and you'll just see that it makes it look a little bit lighter. So I'm going to tuck this into around this curve. And again, it doesn't have to be perfect. I'm pressing pretty hard right now because I didn't re-ink. It will be lighter. Is that fun? And let's put a couple more around the top of this. So pretty. Oh my goodness. Teresa, are you loving this? These purple flowers, aren't they so pretty? Okay. So what I did here too, before I added any, I haven't added a sentiment yet, is I just found a scrap piece of the wood paper, and I thought that wood grain paper really made the flowers even pop even more. Let's see if I can find another scrap of that. That wood grain paper is so pretty. This is a little bit shorter than I would want, but maybe I could put it towards the bottom, like a flower box kind of thought. See, these are fun ways to use your scraps, ladies. Don't throw away your scraps because there's always a way to use them. Now, let's see, should I put that at the top or at the bottom? I think I like the original thought of it's kind of like a flower box sitting there. But I don't know, I kind of like it to the side. And sometimes you go get a different scrap. Let's see, I've got lots of them, I know I do. Well, that's probably too big. Well, maybe not. Okay, so I'm gonna tilt this paper a little bit to the side, so get a little adhesive on there. I'm gonna tilt my wood grain paper and then make this one a little bit more straight and pop that up. And then all you have to do is add a sentiment. So this one isn't mixing and matching with those cars, but I will do some more showing you the combination of both. Isn't that so pretty? I just noticed that this one is not a perfect scallop, so we're just going to rough up the edges a little bit. So again, I don't want to, I think somebody will still enjoy this card when I give it to them, even though it's not perfect. Because it's still beautiful. And this is where you could add a little sentiment down here, crossing over. There's other fun ways to add elements and sparkle too. These iridescent rhinestone basic jewels are so pretty. I think these are from the January through, so our mini catalog. Stick a couple of those on. They come with like big, medium, and then small size. So I kind of use all three sizes. The big, and then the medium and the small. Of course, I do have a my pickup tool, but where it is right now, I don't know. Lost stuff. And see how just adding those little iridescent rhinestones just add a little bit more bling and a little bit more touch of yay, pretty. So I don't know, which one do you like better, the pink or the purple? Hard choice, because I think they're both beautiful. But aren't those stencils so pretty? So quick and easy to make this gorgeous bouquet of flowers. And then you don't really have to do a whole lot, just have a sentiment along with it. All right, so cool. Another just idea here is I took the one that looks like a vine and I put it using, I used my magnet to hold it down, a piece of white paper. And so I just sponged 3 different colors. I used, oh, it's getting caught up on my ribbon here. I used polished pink, the pale papaya, and jade, just jade color. Yes, Yvonne, right? In fact, did you guys know that the Amish, when they build their furniture and stuff, if there is some kind of error in it, they leave it and they don't fix the error because no one's perfect, right? I love that. So yes, when you send a card and it's got a little imperfection, that's okay. Leave it. If it's just a little imperfection, just leave it. No one's perfect, and you sent something that you made with love, and no one's going to complain about that, right? So on this card, I did add those little iridescent rhinestones as well. But how pretty is this? It's so simple that I just used the mask, 3 different colors, and then I embossed that piece that I colored with that macrame embossing folder. And then I just stamped with my white craft on black, added a sentiment. This sentiment, where would I be without a friend like you? I love that one. That is from, this is another stamp set that you can earn for free right now. I think this one you have to have a $100 order to, because it's a ton. How many images, or how many sentiments? There's 21 sentiments here. From thinking of you and sympathy to just your awesome kind of cards. Some cool different sayings on here. So I think I'll use that plenty. So where would I be without a friend like you? There's some of you watching that I think that of. You're wonderful friends. Okay, I don't want to lose my magnet. All right, I have a couple of show and tell that I wanted to show you. So this is not using the masks, but it is using that cute little car. So I've seen so many cute with this little van guy. Oh my goodness, so adorable. So you can, like I colored in this one with the blends markers, you can use your watercolored crayons, watercolored pencils. You can just watercolor themselves with your aqua painters. But with this one, I actually I stamped in black over, this is from the rainbow paper, another thing you can earn for free. Have I tempted you yet? But another thing that you can earn for free is this rainbow paper. And so I just stamped in black, and then I cut out the bottom portion of the van in the black. Isn't that so cute? And again, I just used, so this is pool party, and I stamped the van as the background too on the card. And then I just used a black and white circle, put a little linen thread on there. And this thanks cutout is from, it actually matches the Amazing Silhouettes, which is in the catalog. And it cuts out, you are amazing, and then the thanks. And I'm always a sucker for words. So those dies match with this Amazing Silhouettes. But how fun is that? And this one is chunky enough. The words are chunky enough. I just put, I used glue dots to put that on. So you don't necessarily have to use, but you could use your adhesive sheets and other things for those words if you wanted. But they're big enough, I was able to just put glue dots on that. So there's a cute little thanks card, but with the little mini heart, if you have any small heart punches, you could make that a Valentine's card, an I love you card, birthday, you can make these cards, any occasion you want. And then I'm not going to finish this. I'll take a picture of it, but I was like, because Valentine's Day is just around the corner, I can't believe it's Monday. It's next Monday, guys, just a few days away. I thought, oh, I could totally make like a little love bug, did any of you guys see the Love Bug movies? Way long time ago with Herbie, the Love Bug. Somebody made a card that made the Love Bug look just like him, and I think he even had the number 53 on there, and I thought that was such a cute idea. And it just made me reminisce of being a kid and watching with my family and my mom popping popcorn, and we all, after bath time, sitting in our pajamas, and we had this big, I don't know, when you were kids, did things that you shared or whatever seem so huge, and then we look at it now and we're like, what? My parents had a big, it seemed like a huge 7-Up cup that we would all share. We'd all share the drink, and we'd have our own straws that we'd stick in it. It doesn't look that big anymore. Anyhow, I didn't realize how much the Love Bug was bringing back all these memories for me. But I'll show you my finished card making a little love bug using, yes, you love those bug movies. Because I did cut out one already. So I was going to somehow add the little love bug on there. I'll show you the finished product with that. Hello. Hey, bud. Here's another one that I didn't quite finish, but I was going to add the van on there because it's so fun. And I used this stencil or mask with that one, and I used it with purple, pool party, and then the light soft seafoam. And then I took a vellum circle and I actually embossed over the vellum. Vellum embossed is really cool, guys. It is fun. And then I'll just go back to my sheet with my, actually, since I haven't used this one, maybe I'll use the little car with the presents because it is cute. I'll use the love book with the presents. And I don't know, should we turn that into a just driving by to say hi? See, my husband doesn't really celebrate Valentine's Day. So I don't think of really sending out Valentine's Day cards, even though I told you already, right? I shared I still made my husband a Valentine's card with that cute robot. You make my heart go beep. Aw. So I still made him a card, but we don't really go crazy about Valentine's Day. But I still think in February, it's just a good reminder to send notes of love to people. Especially those of us here in the Midwest, when February, towards the end of February and then March, we're just really ready for warmer weather. So a little love note in the mail, man, that helps. So if you think of people in your life who could use a little extra hug, which is like all of us, right? Seriously wish I could send out cards every single day. I do send out cards pretty much every week. And it varies. But, you know, adulting things get in the way. Okay. So I could add that cute little car and maybe make it a purple car. Why not? Maybe we'll see. Let's see, what is this? Oh, that's a bright pink. So I will not color part of the car with that, but it's okay if the presents are different colors. We can do green present. The presents can be all different colors. Do a gray one. Yes, honey.
Whose cookie is this for?
It was Dad's last night. You can have it.
Did you get your new glasses?
I did. You like them?
Yeah.
All right. Let's see. I got 3 different purples here. Dark Highland Heather, dark Fresh Freesia. Oh, they're all kind of different. I'm going to start with the lightest, which would be actually the dark Fresh Freesia, but it's still the lightest purple that I've got. And we'll blend this and make it fun using lots of purples. And then dark Highland Heather. I think I will use the Blackberry Bliss as maybe the wheels. We'll make this purple car fun. I'm not leaving a whole lot of the light. We'll leave the little bumper back there a little lighter. Let's see. Purple cars are fun, right? The Fresh Freesia. Now I'm going to use this, my skinny end, to color on the rim of the tire. And then I'm going to use the Blackberry Bliss one. So those dark purple tires. It's just an all-out purple car. See, don't these cards make you a little happier than you thought they would, don't they? Add a little dark. Which one's my... And again, with the light pool party, it is kind of a, I was thinking, Teresa, as I was planning some of my, or as I was getting closer to coming on, that Teresa's going to like this live because I'm using a lot of purple. But purple's a fun, bright color, right? We all need a little bright in our life right now. And purple makes me happy. Isn't that cute? That purple car? All right, so we can just add a couple dimensions on there. One at the base of the body and one at the top under the presents. That's really all you need. It's a small thing. And then, let's see, because it's got a black background, let's get out some black paper. I got lots of black scraps. And let's do the just driving by. Where's that one? Just driving by to say hi. And this is where we can, when you cut it out, just reminding me of Full House. All kinds of reminiscing going on right now. Because I'm going to cut it out and say just driving by to say, because then I can change it to say happy birthday on the inside, right? So driving by. Flip. Driving by, I think I can fit a little mini dimensional here. Driving by. Driving by. And we're not going to use the high. So I'm going to cut out just. That's the just, right? Yep. Driving by, just put another little dimensional on this one, mini, just to say, driving by, just to say, and then on the inside we can say our happy birthday. Or you might laugh, but because I know me, and I send a lot of these, I think I'll use, this was a celebration from in the summer, but just to say, your birthday came, your birthday went, here's the card I should have sent. Happy belated birthday. I send out too many of those. But you guys would all rather get a belated card, right, than not at all? Although I have to admit, I have to get better too, because sometimes I think I sent one and I didn't, and then sometimes I end up sending two. Oh yeah, Teresa, your husband feels the same way about Valentine's Day? Yeah, it's just, that's exactly what my husband said. It's a Hallmark made holiday that people are just trying to make money. And we never go out to eat on Valentine's Day because there's always, it's just too busy. Isn't that so cute? Driving by just to say, your birthday came, your birthday went. Here's the card I should have sent. Drove by too slow. Oh dear. All right, so that's a fun way. Now I'm gonna show you, because I didn't actually show you doing those multiple colors, something similar but different using one of the other we're gonna do like a rainbow of colors. And again, I have fresh fuchsia purple in the background. I don't know, Teresa, it really is a purple kind of day. Okay, so I've got, this is where I'm gonna do kind of a rainbow of colors, and I've pulled out one of my rectangle dies that I'm actually gonna cut it out and place over there as a background rather than keeping it a big sheet. That's just another way to step it up, okay, so from what I just showed you. So in the card I just showed you, I just used that as the background, okay, which is simple and fun to do. But another fun way to do this is, and I'm going to start with my magnet over here, is to, and I'm going to use like rainbow colors here. So, some rainbow colors, not all the rainbow colors, because I don't think I can fit all of them. Here's my little, this was actually just a tin can of, I don't know, beans or something, wrapped in designer paper and then stamped with our Stampin' Up motto: to love what we do, share what we love, and as we help others enjoy creativity and worthwhile accomplishments, in this we make a difference. I do hope that that is true about me. I want to help share what I love and help encourage you to also share what you love. All right, so I've got the magnet down, so it's gonna kind of help hold that for me. And I'm gonna start with our red and using my red blending brush. Man, how time just flies, guys. On Wednesdays, I feel like time goes in like super speed. All right, so I'm gonna start with the red. And I'm not gonna press too hard. I don't want it, because purple's in the background. I don't want the red to be too crazy harsh. Now I'm gonna do a yellow. And this is where I'm not doing orange, because as you do the yellow over the Poppy Parade, so this is Daffodil Delight, it'll kind of bleed and blend, and you'll get a bit of an orange color just because you're blending them. So that's kind of fun. The joys of blending colors. I'm gonna make the yellow a little wider, because same thing, I won't add a green. I will just add blue over it, and then that will look like a little bit of a green border in between. These flowers are pretty. So this is another one of the 6 masks you get. So there's so many different things you can do with these masks, guys. All right, now I'm on to Pool Party. So all I've done is red and a yellow. Now I'm doing a blue. This is Pool Party. Oh, my husband's home already. I think he's going ice fishing today. Pool Party, and I'm gonna go back over the yellow a little bit, because then you'll get a little bit of orange look. Now, if you're worried about the color blending on your stencil, you could just take a paper towel and wipe that off before you switch to your color. What's we?
At school, this part fell off.
Oh, your zipper?
Yeah.
Huh. Sorry, bud.
But I still have this.
Oh, that's weird. Well, I'll look at it, okay? Later. You still should be able to wear it, but I don't know if we'll be able to zip it. I'll look at it, though.
Yeah.
All right. So there's Pool Party. And now back to purple. And I'm gonna move that over there. Are you already happy even before I lift this up? Does it look so pretty? So now we're doing our fresh freesia. Because my card base is the fresh freesia, I do want to make sure I get some of that in there. One more pass over with the purple. And then all these masks, you know, you can wipe it off with a paper towel, but you could also just run it under your sink. Oh, isn't that pretty? So pretty. That is fun right there. Okay, so rather than leaving that a big background and trimming it down like I did in the other one, I'm going to cut this with my rectangle, my stitched rectangles. Okay, so I'm gonna see, I might be able to get 4, I think I'm just gonna get 4 out of that. But I'm gonna cut those out with my die cutting machine. There's one. Because they're stitched, they're a little bit sticky when you take them out. They don't pop right out. Two. I'm glad I started off with a little bit longer than what I needed. Just never know. Three, almost done. And last one, 4. All right, so I didn't have to stress about getting stuff crooked. Thank you, Teresa. I'm glad I had a little bit more paper than I needed, but it wasn't a whole lot more. I kind of tried to gauge about how much paper I would need. If you were really stretching it, you could, excuse me, you could save that and make it as a frame, but I'm not gonna do that, even though it is a pretty frame. Okay, so I used my stitched rectangles. And now I'm just going to, and I've already just to save time, because I know I try to show you guys so much, I always run out of time. So I try to do as much beforehand as I can. So I already put the brick embossing folder on that. I love the brick one. And I tell you, just embossed over the white is so pretty and classic. So just that brick over white is so pretty. I love it. All right, so now I can add these on here. And we'll start with the red to the orange green to the green blue to the purple. And I'll have to overlap them just a little bit, but I think that purple is how it goes, actually. But isn't that so bright and pretty? So doesn't that make you happy? It makes me happy. I love seeing the rainbow colors right now. Especially when it's so, I love the snow, I really do. Snow is beautiful. But when the sky gets dreary and gray, it can be a little slightly depressing. So that's why I love that you girls come on and you encourage me and we can have fun looking at bright colors. Are you going ice fishing now?
Yeah.
Is anyone going with you? Here we go.
What you said?
Are you going with Rob or somebody?
Rob, Dan Kidwell, Mark Lackey, maybe Eric Pop.
Oh, wow. Oh, a whole party, huh?
Wednesday night.
Wow. Wednesday night, yes. Wednesday night, Joe gets a relaxing night to himself because I take all the kids to church. 'Cause I help with youth. So, he's having an ice fishing party. Ooh, isn't that pretty? I love it already. And then I'm going to add a vellum circle because I don't really want to cover too much of that, but just vellum adds a fun extra little touch. Let's see, I'll put it over the spot where it's got the orange and yellow. Really make sure you can still see the blue and the purple. Isn't that so pretty? I'm telling you, these, if you don't have these masks, a $10 purchase for all 6 of those sheets is an extra, just an awesome extra little bonus thing to add on, especially if you're trying to get to $50 order to earn some of these things for free. It's a perfect way to get there. Add these $10 masks. Again, it's 6 different designs and you can do so much with it. And I'm not going to finish, because you've seen me color these different ways. I'll probably use, I don't know, purple again, right, Therese? I don't know. Are you leaving?
Yeah.
Have fun.
Love you.
Love you too. But just so you can get the idea of, man, these little vehicles are pretty cute. And for any occasion. And that's why I just put one little, or a regular dimensional. So I didn't want a dimensional showing through. But I'll show you the finished product with this after I color that in. And I'll show pictures either tomorrow or Friday. I try to get them out a couple days after my video. But isn't that so cute? I love that design. That's a pretty design. I think I will definitely use that more. This is what makes me happy because I've been wanting to get those stencils out. And then I met with Kristen, my downline, and she's the one who inspired me to get the masks out today. Shoot, I'm gonna do one more thing. And should I just go for it and do purple again? Because purple seems to be the winning color right now. Now this, I wonder if I can do this sideways. Sure. This one I'm not gonna finish either, but I'll just show you, like, I've been doing a lot of multiple colors, but you don't have to use multiple colors. You can just, actually maybe we'll do, I changed my mind, not doing purple. We've done a lot of purple. I'll use pale papaya. I really love this peachy. Another purple card. Yep, you guessed it, Teresa. So I'm using this fancy floral again. Because again, this is where if you have these masks, you don't even need to look too far for designer paper either. You can just use your masks. A really fun way to add what looks like designer paper. I don't have to go all the way up the card because I am going to cover it the top with just an embossed white. So again, you've seen me show off how pretty white paper is embossed. It really is pretty. But here's that pattern in just one color in the pale papaya. Isn't that so pretty? And I might trim that down to be a little bit shorter so you can see more of the design. I don't know. But how pretty is that? And then I used the border dies to make that cute little border. And I embossed this with the Time Worn embossing folder and make that pop up and maybe add some little either flowers or just leaves. And I could make a really pretty card with that. And that's pretty fast and easy. So I'm telling you, these dies are awesome. Okay, the only one that I haven't shown you, and I'm not gonna do a whole card, but I still wanna show you how pretty they are the butterflies. Butterflies, guys. So pretty. So I'm just gonna get a piece of paper. Around the front of what would be here. And this is where you want to be careful. Again, I'll put the magnet right here covering that flower. There. And you can use a little bit of scrap paper or washi tape to kind of cover over so you don't get... Now these are a little bit intricate, so be careful with these. You don't want to go against that too much, these little thin pieces. You want to kind of go over them. I'm going to start with pale papaya again, I think. Or maybe I'll do Calypso Coral. Yes, where's my Calypso Coral? Okay, so I said that. Oh yeah, Post-it notes. That's a good idea too, Laura, thank you. So yeah, if you're really nervous, I think that's what I'll do, actually. Thank you, Laura, for that. Everybody's got Post-it notes somewhere, right? So if you want to cover up what you don't want to get on that white piece, because I'm going to use that whole butterfly. All right, now I'm going to get some Calypso Coral, and I'm going to tap. Okay, so you see, I don't want to go out that way. Oh, I used that pumpkin pie and that's still on there. That's okay. We're gonna do a little bit of blending of different colors. Okay, so on this side, I'm gonna come from this side. And again, I don't want to go against that thin little inside piece for the butterfly. I don't want to bend it. It's like, that's okay, because the outsides of the wings then will be a little bit darker than when you get close to the inside. All right, so that's with that. Now I can move this. And let's say I want to match this up, but I'm just going to use one of these sides. Let me push that back a little bit. I just want to do one of the sides of the butterfly. We're going to try something a little bit artistic for fun. And then I swear this is the last thing I'll do, and I'll let you guys go on to dinner and whatever other things you've got to do. All right, so putting that Post-it note. Thank you, Laura, for that idea. That was a brilliant idea. And I think I'll go with Poppy Parade. We'll add a little bit of a red. So now I'm getting Poppy Parade on my brush. And you know what, just to be safe, because that's the bottom of the stencil, I'll cover over that paper there too. Okay. Again, I started towards the inside of the butterfly and moving my way out. And I'm not gonna go, I wanna keep it dark towards the center. Okay? And we'll lift up those. Oh, how did I get that? Well, I didn't cover up my butterfly as well as I should have. So that is one thing you have to be careful of. Making sure you cover everything that could have gotten covered. Okay, now this gets a little trickier, but I want to, how do I do that? Oh, what I'll do is get out some of my other flowers. Let's use some of the flowers that we didn't use yet. So I'm gonna put this back over the butterfly so it's lined up, if I can. Come on now. That one's the one I'm the most concerned about. Because now this side, and I'm gonna we're gonna cover that. I'll try not to get, you know, just to be safe. We're gonna cover that all. All right, now let's see, over, so I'm gonna add some flowers on the other side of the wing to make it look And there's ways that I'll find to maybe cover up my little smooch that I got there. But isn't that fun? So we got a flowery butterfly. So you could also use any of those designs over the butterfly too. Put the butterfly design back there and make the butterfly have all of that pattern. Oh, I think you couldn't hear me for a time because I looked up and my phone was telling me my battery is dying. Darn it. So, but it's not dead yet, and that's about all the time that we have. So I hope you enjoyed seeing the butterfly and just all the possibilities. There's way more than what I showed you, but again, I'll show you the finished card. I'll show you pictures of, because you guys have been with me. Thank you guys for being with me. I really try hard to keep it under an hour, and then that just doesn't happen because I'd have just too much fun, and I hope you have too much fun with me. So you will see the end results or finished projects of ones I didn't get totally finished. But man, these are fun to play with. So the dies or the masks themselves, you get 6 sheets. It's only $10. They're called the butterfly and flower dies. These were some of the first ones I made. So pretty. Love them. And this was an easy basic one using a mask and the car. So the cars, again, can be boys or girls. Any occasion, lots of fun. And I hope that if you don't have them, that you get them. And I hope that if you do have them and you haven't used them yet, that you'll pull these out because they are really fun. So, and the blending brushes are definitely your friend when it comes to all the masks. They're very fun. So thanks guys for joining me. I know, because Joe is going to go out with boys ice fishing. He said he wasn't coming back for supper, so guess what I get to make? I'm making pancakes for dinner tonight for my boys. They never complain about breakfast for dinner. So I'm keeping it simple and easy, but I'm trying to say no to sugar, so I'm going to have a salad while my kids eat yummy pancakes. Oh dear. Trying to be healthier for myself, but it's not always fun, but it is worth it. So, all right, you guys take care. We'll see you next week, next Wednesday. And remember, there's only a few more weeks of celebration. So put those orders. This is the best time to order while you can earn free stuff. So thank you guys for joining me. Have a great day. We'll talk to you later.